morning, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Randa, and today we are starting another week of Randa's Crafty vlog. This is my phone is sliding again. This is week 20, which is very cool. And I just sat down at my desk for today. It is Monday, June 27th, and it is 10:36 in the morning. I don't remember what I was gonna say. It's restock day. And it's also a very exciting day because our logbooks are releasing today. Woo! So the diamond painting logbooks are releasing today. By the time this goes up, they will have long been released and hopefully sold out. So I kind of want to show it to you because I don't think I've shown it on the vlog. Where is it? There it is. All right, I'm gonna give you a little walkthrough here on the vlog because I don't think you guys have seen it yet. These are the logbooks. They're so cute. So we only have 7 of them releasing today, which is why I say that by the time this video goes up, it might be sold out. Because this was just like my tester batch. And they ended up kind of like, because I didn't want to order a huge amount and then them like be wrong and hate them. And so but I loved them, and so I was like, well, now I have 7 of them, I'll release them. That's why I say they'll probably be sold out by the time this video goes up. If not, they might not be. They'll be available in my Etsy shop. And if they are sold out, then I will have already ordered more, and they're coming soon. So who knows where this will be on Friday. But these are the diamond painting logbooks. They are 5x7 spiral bound notebooks. It says diamond painting logbook on the front, and it has my logo here in the corner. They're not like hardcover, but like they're kind of hardcover, that they're definitely harder than like the normal. Do you hear that? They're harder than like a normal notebook. Like that you would get at Walmart or something, but they're not like exactly hardcover. They're still cardboard, but they're good quality cardboard. And then on the inside cover, you have a little spot that says this logbook belongs to, and you can write your name. And then this is what the log page looks like. So it has a place for you to put the date, the title, the artist, and a whole bunch. There's a little spot for a photo, a bunch of stuff about the canvas itself, when you received it, started it, whatever, a little section to log if it's for an event, kit quality and overall quality, you can rate out of 5 stars, and then a little section for notes at the bottom. And there's 50 pages. This is every page. So there's 50 pages, my camera. There's 50 pages in this logbook. So there are 50 projects that you can log in here. And it is, like I said, it's 5x7. So it's small enough that you could fit it in your purse, but it's not like minuscule. Or you can easily put it in a backpack or anything like that. And then on the back inside cover, I have a spot for you to log your events. So there's the event name, the duration of the event, and then the name of the project that you're doing for the event. So that way you have a spot in the back to log all of your events, and you have a spot on each page to say if that project is for an event. And then this is what the back cover looks like. It's just the same as the front cover, but it just has my logo in the center here. And that's it. So these are available for $30. I know that might seem a little pricey. I wish I could offer them for cheaper, but because of the cost it takes to customize every page and the inside cover and the back cover, it had to be. But like I said, there's 50 log pages in here. You can log 50 projects in here. This little baby will last you a while, and it's good quality, and so it's not gonna like get destroyed for having it for too long. So it's worth it. I promise it's worth it. But, you know, if you look up other 5x7 notebooks and notice that they're cheaper, it's because not every page is customized like it is with mine. So just a disclaimer. They are a little bit more expensive, but that's because they are fully customized. So I love the sound that my nails make. Anyway, that's them. They're releasing today, which is very, very, very exciting. I hope that release goes over well, because I've worked for weeks on these, spent a lot of money, so so I'm really, really hoping they go over well. And then, so that's happening today. I'm just doing a bunch of work stuff today, to prepare for the launch, and to prepare for restock day. I'm not like going anywhere. I'm not leaving the house today is what I was trying to say. But I wanted to show you, before we start the Reddit stories and stuff, what I've been stitching this weekend. So if you don't know, if you didn't watch last week's video, I released my very first cross-stitch pattern. It's called Crafting is My Coping Mechanism. It is available on my Etsy shop as a PDF download right now. And the minute I released it, I started stitching it. And here's where I am. Ooh-wee! So I finished Crafting is My Coping Mechanism, the words in the middle, and then I started the little motifs around it, and then I've done some of the border on the side. So I think I'm gonna kind of work my way like across the top and then like down. But this is how it's looking so far. I am doing this 1/1, so if you want it to be bigger, because this is gonna fit in a 5x7 frame when it's done. If you want it to be bigger and fit in more like 8.5 by 11, or I think it's even bigger than that, then you do it 2/2. But I'm doing it 1/1 on 25 count. Called for DMC, of course. You know, this is my model stitch, so everything that's called for on the pattern is what I'm using. So that's that. I don't really have a lot to talk to you guys about today. It was a chill weekend. We really didn't do much. I don't think my butt left the couch at all on Sunday or on Saturday. Perry went with one of his friends to get fireworks, and then I think that was about it though. We kind of just like hung out, didn't really do anything. I felt like a freaking bum though. That I was like, God, tomorrow I need to get my butt off this couch because I'm starting to get like cabin fever. And then yesterday, Sunday, we cleaned the house, and that was about it too. We went to Lowe's and got some organization stuff for Perry's garage, and so he like built a shelf and did a bunch of fun stuff organizing in there, but that was about it. We got our groceries. Like, it was a really chill weekend, which was nice. And now it's start of the work week. I have a lot to do today, so I do really need to get started. So we're gonna do the Reddit stories for today. Another like warning before we start, I meant to look through Reddit stories this weekend and find some good ones for the channel. And I completely forgot, completely fucking spaced it. So this is another blind reaction of I've only read the title, I have not read the rest of the post. So if it's stupid or anything like that, then my bad. But this isn't Am I the Asshole? It's brand new. It was posted 5 hours ago, but it has a ton of upvotes, 7.8 thousand upvotes and a couple of awards. So I was like, well, maybe it must be good. And the title is, Am I the Asshole for Using Insulting Wallpapers for My Phone's Home Screen After My Coworkers Kept Touching It? My immediate response was, no, you're not the asshole, but we'll see what he says. He says, okay, this might sound ridiculous, but allow me to take the time to explain. So I, male 28, started working at this company for 6 months. My guy coworkers are decent. However, I notice a pattern with my female coworkers, a couple of them, which consists of them opening/looking through my phone whenever they get the chance. Me, and in quotes, he goes, me using the bathroom, meetings, etc. So far, I've caught them doing it 3 times. These women are fucking weird. They didn't take something or open any apps because I would have known, but still didn't know why they kept snooping. Do they have like some fucking ridiculous crush on you or something? Like, what is the purpose of this? I wanted to tackle the issue in a non-confrontational way, but since they're both beyond sweet, except for this snooping thing, Wait, I wanted to tackle this issue in a non-confrontational way. Oh, since they're both beyond sweet except for the snooping thing. So what I did was set up insulting or offensive, he puts in quotes, wallpapers, some of them I made myself, wallpapers that say, "Don't touch my phone, asshole / muggle / weirdo," or "I can see you," with John Cena waving his hand, or "Bitch, don't touch my phone," with a middle finger in the middle of the screen. It was just an experiment, but apparently it got to them. They claimed that I had offended them on a personal level, calling them names and so on. Fuck right off. That is so... I told them they had no business touching my phone, but they made excuses saying they were just trying to borrow my charger, check the time, etc. The office got split. Some said I should have come to the ladies if I really had an issue. Some say I was justified, and ultimately no one gets to control what I use as my wallpapers. Now they're expecting a formal apology, but I refused. Am I the asshole? Did I handle this inappropriately? I have two very different answers to that last question. That says, am I the asshole? Did I handle this inappropriately? No, you are not the asshole, but yes, you did handle this inappropriately. That if you were to go to this, like, I get into like therapist mindset here. If I was my therapist and I like came to her and said this, she would be like, why not just have a normal human being conversation with them? And say, I don't, go to them and say, look, I don't know what your reasons are for touching my phone, but I don't appreciate it, and I would really appreciate it if you would stop. And if you don't stop, then then I might have to do something else. I don't know. You phrase a conversation of, please stop touching my phone, even if it might be, either explain to me why you're touching my phone, or I forget where I was going with that. Either explain why you're touching my phone, and if it's something important that I approve of, then whatever, or stop touching my fucking phone. That is my own personal property. You should not be touching it. That's weird. And of course you don't say it that bluntly to them, but you go to them with a conversation of, can you explain to me why you're touching my phone? It makes me really uncomfortable. I don't want you touching it. That's my personal property. Can you not, please? And see what they say. And then if they continue it doesn't sound like he ever had a conversation with them about it. And so if they keep doing it, then you can report it to HR or whatever the fuck you want to do. But do I think that the way you handled it is hilarious and effective? Yes. But was it the most appropriate way to handle it? No. That I think if you had had a conversation with them and they were all like, oh my God, yes, of course, I'll never touch your phone again, I'm so sorry, and then they keep doing it, then you might have a little more standing to do something like this. But you've never even I don't know if he's ever told them no, that he doesn't say hey, stop touching. He doesn't say that he ever told them, hey, stop touching my phone. And they just continue doing it. You know what I mean? So I'm no, you're not the asshole by any means, because they should not be touching your phone. But there is probably a more appropriate way you could have handled that. But it's fucking hilarious. And then the fact that they afterwards said that it offended them on a personal level. Oh my God, that's when you just drop kick them. Because what the fuck, man? How can you be offended by the wallpaper on somebody else's phone that is clearly put there because of something that you're doing? Do you see what I mean? Nobody's wallpaper should really be offensive to anybody. It doesn't matter what it is, because that's their that's their wallpaper. You shouldn't be looking at it anyway. I mean, I don't know. I guess unless they I guess there's always exceptions to the rule, but I don't know that if their wallpaper says Randa's a bitch or whatever, and then they're like, oh yeah, you can use my phone, and their wallpaper just says Randa's a bitch. It's hello? But at the same time, this was clearly pointed at a problem that like you keep touching my phone and so this is saying don't touch my phone. Literally one of them says don't touch my phone, asshole. But I think it's funny that you went at them with asshole and bitch don't touch my phone and stuff when you say I wanted to do this in a non-confrontational way because they're both beyond sweet except for the snooping thing. This is like one of the most confrontational ways you could have done it. It's just very like backhanded. You know what I mean? It's very passive aggressive. So I don't know how he considers this non-confrontational, but I think the nicer and less confrontational way you could have done it is just, hey, please don't, it really makes me uncomfortable. Please don't touch my phone. That's my boundary. Don't touch my phone. I don't know, like that seems better to me than wallpapers that say bitch don't touch my phone. But is it hilarious that they got offended? Yes, all day, every day. I think you're right for refusing to apologize. Again, not the like best way you could have handled it, but you're not the asshole by any means. So top comment says, this whole situation is bizarre. Your company must have policies regarding this behavior. It's not work related, first of all. They're goofing off. Secondly, this is harassment, like looking through your wallet. They don't sound sweet at all. Next comment says, TBH, I don't think my company has policies against going through someone's phone or wallet, mostly because why the hell would anyone need to do that? Why would anyone need that to be specified? You can make an argument that it falls under the umbrella of harassment, but still, I wouldn't say we specifically have a policy against it. And that's not OP, that's just a person. Yeah. I wonder if, again, this was only like 4 hours ago, but... Oh yeah, this is what I said. They would have never seen the offensive wallpaper at all if they hadn't been snooping. The punishment perfectly fits the crime. They choose to do something nosy and invasive and were rightfully called out as a result. That's why I say they're not the asshole. But was it the most appropriate way to go about it? No. No, it wasn't. So like I said, this was only 5 hours ago, but I do want to see... Oh yeah, this is a good point. So somebody comments, not the asshole, but why don't you just lock your phone? Can't go through it if they can't get in. And OP says, I have a swipe lock. I'm bad at remembering passcodes, so I don't use them. They could still see it though. It's like, I get that it's like, well, if you don't like it, then put a password on your phone and they can't get in. But also, like, you shouldn't have to put a passcode on your phone because your coworkers are snooping. That's not like a valid reason or argument or anything. That it's like, that's not, no, they need to not be looking through your phone. That's it. So, like I said, that was only 5 hours ago. So that's the only comment that they have responded to. But I think that's pretty funny. And then let's do the crafting wow for the day, and then I need to get to work. So this is in the subreddit called Crafts, and this is the picture. And it says, a life-sized metal barn owl sculpture. You can see that cutie fucking cow in the background. And then I kid you not, until I looked closer at that sculpture, I thought that was a real owl. And that is why I decided to save it. Because that owl looks lifelike as fuck to me as a human. And so imagine to the animals they're trying to keep away, because I assume that the owl serves a similar purpose as like a scarecrow, that it's meant to like keep animals away that you don't want getting in your shit. An animal would so be fooled by that. It's just like the craftsmanship and the skill it takes to do that, beyond me. So just thought that was really cool and wanted to share. I sometimes like sharing stuff that isn't cross stitch and diamond painting related and stuff, because just like there's so many other crafts that are also so amazing that I like to like mix them in, you know what I mean? So, that's it. I hope you guys are having a great day. I'm very excited for the logbook release today, but I have so much to do, so I need to get on it. I'll let you guys know how launch goes tomorrow. I'm like so excited about it. But anyway, I hope you're having a great day. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, June 28th. It is 11:36 a.m. I have to leave for therapy in like 20 minutes. So we're gonna make this quick. Just because I don't have a ton of time. I still need to get dressed. I'm in my PJs. At least like I put a little braid in my hair. So, you know, that's at least done. But I need to get a move on a little bit. So, I'm not going to spend fucking an hour sitting here talking. I just started off the morning by writing out some like homework that I needed to do for therapy. If you've ever been to therapy, you know when your therapist sends you home homework. I had to write a thing for therapy, so just did that, and then I'm gonna go to therapy. It's gonna be a good time. Maybe not a good time, but you know what? We're gonna heal a little bit. It's gonna be good. Yesterday was really cool because yesterday was the launch of the logbooks, and as you all probably know by now, we sold out. Granted, I only had 7 of them, but I was still sitting there going, you know what, maybe we won't sell out, and like, you know what I mean? But we sold out within 2 hours of posting them, which was really cool. And so I like immediately last night went and ordered some more. I didn't order a ton, just because it's like, I don't know, I get nervous about this stuff and I don't want to be, I always see TikToks of other small businesses that like sell out in their first launch and then like buy a shit ton of inventory and then it takes them like a year and a day to sell out. And I don't want to do that. I don't know. Maybe that's a bad business tactic on my point, but it just scares me a little bit. So, instead of my first batch was 8, and I kept 1 for myself and sold 7. My next batch is 12. So I'll have 12 of them when they show up. And then if those sell out, then I'll get the next batch, which I think is 24. And then, you know, up and up and up. And every time we sell out, I'll keep ordering more. But yeah, it's like, I don't know, maybe the best business tactic is to get a lot so that I don't sell out. But like, I don't know. It's money I'm having to spend and I'm worried about it. And I don't know. Anyway, so that was really cool. So I've already ordered more logbooks. They'll be here. I think it's 6 days for production and then like 3 to 5 days to ship. So we should have them in like 2 weeks. And then we'll be good to go. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, I feel bad like having to like wait, especially if it sells out as quick this time as it did with the original launch. If like the 12 sells out really fast, then I feel really bad like having to make everybody wait 2 weeks in between like when I order them. But also like, what if I order 100 of them and then they don't sell? It was like the 7 people that really wanted them or whatever, and then they don't sell. I don't know. I get weird about this kind of, I get really nervous about this kind of stuff, and maybe I need to stop being nervous, but honestly, I don't know. So, that's kind of it. That's what happened yesterday. I just did a bunch of work stuff, and then, I did stitch, but of course I did not bring it in here to show you. So I guess I'll just have to show you tomorrow because I do not have time. So I'm very sorry, but I'm gonna have to show you 2 days worth of progress tomorrow. Let's just do the Reddit story for today. It is another blind reaction because again, I don't have any saved. So I just picked one where I thought it would be interesting and went with it. So this one is in the relationship advice subreddit. This is not Am I the Asshole? And it looks like it was only posted an hour ago, but it has 258 comments and it's 94% upvoted. So like it's doing pretty good, even though it's only been an hour old. So I figured it might be a good idea. So it's called Wife Angry with How I Taught Our Son a Lesson in Life. That's all I know about this post. So here we go. Hey guys, I could use some advice here. Wife, 44 female, and I, 42 male, have been together for 15 years and have 2 kids, 12 male, 9 female. My son recently had to go to summer school for the first time since he failed science. I was a bit surprised because he's a good student and I didn't expect him to just completely flunk a class. Anyways, it is what it is. And it is what it is, so I've been working with him to help him understand the subject. Last week, he spent all his free time with video games when he had a big test earlier this week. I tried to get him to study, and he gave the I'll just flunk out and work. Realizing that he was as stubborn as I was, I agreed. So this 12-year-old kid is like, oh, I'll just flunk out and start working. I told him I'd pull him out of school and he could prove he could work without an education. The next day, I called both of us in sick, woke up at 5 and fed him black coffee and toast in the morning, then made him do some manual labor in the yard, digging holes and filling them back up, plucking weeds, and moving rocks around. Lunchtime comes around and he wants a burger. I tell him he can't afford one and gave him a classic lunch meat sandwich. He continued on and I stopped him at 5 and he was wiped out. I then proceeded to pay him minimum wage but kept 1/4 of it for taxes and another 1/4 of it for rent. He was pretty disappointed but happy to be done and inside the AC. This is fantastic. I don't know. Anyway, he was pretty disappointed but happy to be done in the AC. For dinner, my wife made lasagna, but for him, I made ramen. He asked if he could have the lasagna, but I explained to him that he wouldn't be able to afford it since bills are due. He went to bed pretty sad, but I woke him up the next day for round 2. He was in tears and apologized, promising to stay in school and do better. I hugged him and told him he could always come to me if he needed help, but he had to put in the effort and took him out for some pizza and ice cream. What do you know? He aced his test. What is she mad about? This is genius. I love this. Now, my wife hated this whole thing. She said it was very cruel and borderline abuse, and that she felt awful seeing my son like that. I explained to her that it wasn't easy for me either, and that no father wants to see his son cry. She responded by saying he wouldn't have to work like that because we would be there for him. I tried to tell her that unlike her parents that paid her entire way through school, I worked throughout, including construction jobs in the desert heat, so I understood how hard it can be. I've been in the spare room and she's still pissed. So any advice here? Buddy! Okay, listen. Cruel and borderline abuse, I disagree. He was the one who said he wanted to just flunk out and work. He was the one who agreed to this whole idea of staying home from school and working all day. He signed up for this. So I don't know. And it's just yard work. It's not like he like beat him or so. It's a very accurate representation of the kind of work he could get without a high school diploma. So it's like, of course there is always exceptions that, some people in high school like start a business and they flunk out of high school, or they stop going to high school because their business takes off and they never have to work a blue collar job in their life or whatever. There are exceptions to the rule, but he kind of showed him what life would be like if he didn't have a high school education. And he said, you're right, I'll do better in school. And he did. I think it was a great way to teach him a lesson. I think it was a very realistic way to teach him a lesson. And then The dad hugged him, he comforted him, he took him out for pizza and ice cream to celebrate, and he aced the test. So he gave his son everything that he needed. It's not like he just threw him out, left him in the wind, whatever. He was there, he was supporting, he was whatever. I'm completely behind this plan. The only thing is that I do agree with the, like, he wouldn't, you know, if he really was struggling outside of high school and whatever, that we would help support him and what, like, I agree with that, like the wife said. But if he's gonna flunk out of school at 12 years old, no, like, you're ridiculous. So I think that, because, you know, my my parents, you know, whenever I was like, I never was like, I'm just gonna flunk out of school. Like, I didn't fail a class until I was in college. And so I never was like, I'm just gonna flunk out of school and work. But still, when I, like, didn't want to do my homework and didn't want to whatever, when I was in school, my parents just, like, sucks to suck, you have to. Like, you need your education and it's required by law, and, like, you're gonna do it. Like, I had to do it, you have to do it. And this, I think, is a really awesome, like, real life way to really show your kids what life would be like if they didn't finish high school. You know, that, like, I think it's genius. I love this. I don't know why she's so mad. It's like, no, you know what, and that's coming from the perspective of, I'm a kid who did kind of, you know, my mom helped me in college, and, like, I did get some outside help, getting through school and stuff when I was having a hard time. And it's like, so I like, even though, like, I didn't, like, work throughout in construction jobs and desert heat and stuff, I didn't do that, yet I still agree with him, and I still agree with the way that he did it versus his wife. I think this is fantastic. It was just one day. It was like, he's fine. And, like, when he cried, his dad was there and comforted him, and then they went and got pizza and ice cream. Like, I don't think he just, like, left his kid upset and hanging in the wind. I think then it would be a problem. But I don't see this as a problem. I think this is genius. I think he did a great fucking thing. I love this. So I don't know why she's mad, but I'm very excited to read the comments on this. The top comment is, this is the first episode of The Cosby Show. I don't understand what that means, so I just am gonna move on. It says, the next one says, going to real world apartments. I don't know what that means. Why do none of these make sense? Okay, here's one that might make sense. The lesson you taught him, even if it was harsh, was to always know the value of time and money. Money cannot buy time, and time does not guarantee money. Knowing the value of both is key. Your wife came from a background where money was handed down to her. She still knows the value of it. You should talk this over with your wife, and in the future come up with a joint plan to teach both of your children the time and value of money. I do get that, like, if he just did all of this without his wife's permission, I could see that, but I still think he handled it. I still think that's a good way to handle it. I don't know. A great example of clash of ideals. I, 25 male, hated school when I was younger, and my parents would do the same thing to me. Long hours of physical labor made me get off my ass and take school and the future seriously. Making him eat the ramen was savage, but still gets your point across. It may be difficult to put into words that your wife will understand and accept, but I believe a conversation about enabling and how to teach your children to be self-sufficient is in order. That being said, if you want your bed back, then a momentary compromise might be the way to go. You know, it's like, I guess you just need to kind of, like, talk it out with her, and you can come up with an idea for, like, in the future how you handle situations like this, because apparently they don't agree. But I I don't know, I think at 12 years old, it was a really good lesson learned. And I think that day will stick with him forever. And while it doesn't make sense to him as a kid, maybe, or maybe it does, but like, I think when he's 25 or whatever, that I think he'll appreciate his dad for that. That like, you know, because otherwise, what's the other option is to like let your kid like fail all of their classes. It's like, it's a really good, it's a really good lesson in money and work, and like, your kid might not, and he doesn't seem like his kid is like mad at him for it. It's like, I don't know. I think this was, excuse me. I think this was great, but maybe I'm wrong, you know? One comment says, I feel like there was a compromise. OP apologized to his son and told him why he did what he did and then took him out for fun food to make it up for him. OP doesn't really owe an apology to his wife, in my opinion. I agree. I don't think he really owes her an apology. There's not a lot of context in terms of like, if this was decided on between the two of them beforehand. It sounds like it wasn't though, because she's mad. So I kind of think when you make big parenting decisions like this, that you do need to consult your wife about it before you just like go and do. Because these kinds of parenting decisions are decisions that should be made together, especially if you're still married and living in the same household. So it's like, that part has some validity to it, that like there should have been a conversation between him and his wife beforehand. But I think this is a very rational and smart way to handle this. And then you go forward teaching him about all the things that he can do so that he doesn't ever have to do a job like that. You know, that there are other avenues in life. And so you help him in school and you teach him about all the other things that he can do when he's done with school. And anything that he can do while he's in school, you teach him to follow his passions instead of just how to work to survive. You teach them to follow their dreams. You know, that it's like there is stuff that you need to do leading up to this. But I think it was I think it was awesome. So that's just my opinion. And then I want to show you guys the crafting wow of the day that just like sent me over the fucking edge when I saw it. This is it. Oh, what is that? Just some dandelions? Yeah, it's just some dandelions, right? Handmade dandelions. These sunny flowers were made in winter. Here, each petal is created by me, like all my previous flowers and bouquets. I do not use any semi-finished products in my work. Material is cold porcelain, painting, oil, and pastel. That's it. Porcelain and paint. Tell me that that is not a real dandelion. Tell me. I can't believe that. It looks like she went and plucked them out of her yard and put them in a vase. I cannot with that. It's unbelievable. It's ridiculous. They're beautiful. They're stunning. I was blown away. I was like, what the fuck is that? That's a dandelion. That is a real ass. Tell me it's not a real dandelion. I won't fucking believe you, you know? Like, oh my God. And that was the top comment. It says, holy cow, I thought those were alive. Yeah, they look fucking real. I can't. Oh my God. One comment says, oh wow, I scrolled past the post and came back to it when I saw the words handmade. This is so lifelike. Tell me about it. This is insane. Okay, anyway, I really do need to go to therapy now. So that's the crafting wow for the day. Porcelain and paint. Fight me. That is insane. I love that. So anyway, that is it for today, you guys. I hope you're still enjoying this video, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, June 29th. I guess it's not really morning anymore because it's about 1 in the afternoon. I'm wearing my brand new little strawberry shirt. Very excited about it. This is from a small business called Happy Daze Co. Happy Daze Co. And like I said, it's another small business. She has her own website. She has some super cute stuff. She just came out with these not long ago. I saw it on TikTok and grabbed one, and so I'm wearing that today, and I'm very excited. But like I said, it's Wednesday. It is really late in the day. I usually film these so much earlier, but my day feels very out of my routine right now, and I'm not loving it. So I'm trying to like get back to where I feel comfy, like back to I just feel a little uncomfy when I'm out of my routine. So like I slept in really long this morning. I slept into like 10:30 or something like that. Just, I don't know. I was just really tired. Yesterday was a really long day. And I didn't have much time for like regenerating, recuperating, whatever at the end. And so I was like at the end of the day, I didn't have much time to stitch and like get some of my energy back. And like, no, it was just like ready, time to go to bed. And, I spent most of my day yesterday in the car. So I filmed this and then like ran out the door, filmed yesterday's clip, and then ran out the door to go to therapy. And then went from therapy which is an hour away from my house, to my mom's house, which is a half an hour away from therapy, to drop off the ladder that she let us borrow. And then from my mom's house to my house, which is about 45 minutes. And then from my house to Perry's work, which was about 30 minutes. So by the time I had stopped driving, it was 5 o'clock. And I had, I went to therapy at noon. So besides that like 1 hour window that I was in therapy, I was in the car from noon until 5, just driving. So it was exhausting. And then I wasn't even done driving yet because it was about an hour drive down to the dealership. Perry's Harley, his motorcycle, has been in the shop for about a month, I think. And he just like told me while I was driving yesterday that like, it's ready. Can you meet me at work so we can go pick it up? And I said, sure, which is why I had to come back home before going to his work, because I needed to get his helmet and his gloves and stuff so that he could drive his motorcycle back. And I was happy to do all of that for him, but it was still exhausting nonetheless. So we drive an hour down to the dealership to get his bike, and then he drives the bike and I take his car and drive an hour back home. I think it was more like a half an hour, but still. So I was in the car a lot. I was exhausted. We didn't get home until like 6 or 7. And then it's like dinner, and like I had a little bit of time for stitching, but not a ton. And so then it was like dinner and bed, make Perry's lunch for work the next day, go to bed. Like it was just a very busy day. So I think that's why I might have like slept in so much. I don't know. I was just tired and needed to like regenerate. I don't know, I was exhausted. And so I woke up at like 10:30, and I was laying in bed like working on like about to get up, and my employee calls me. And we were supposed to talk on the phone yesterday, and I wasn't able to because I was too busy freaking driving, that like I needed to be home and like be on my computer, look at things. And so then she calls me, and I'm like, okay, I need to get up and answer this. So I get up and immediately run into my office, which is not how I like to start my mornings. And we're on the phone, and she gets most of the questions that she had for me figured out. Like some of it was pretty like normal and easy and stuff. But if you don't know, USPS, they do have free shipping supplies that you can get boxes for free and stuff like that. But you have to, in order to use those boxes for free, it's like a flat rate box for USPS priority mail. And when I got these boxes, we had sent out a really large Etsy order and then a wholesale order. And I checked both of those, and they were both priority. And so I was like, oh, fantastic. So then all of them are probably priority and we should be fine. So my employee she's using those boxes, and she goes to USPS to drop off the logbooks, because that's what the logbooks have been packaged in, like all the other orders, and then the logbook orders are in boxes. And she drops them off, and then she tells me that a lady comes running after her out of the post office and says, these are not like priority. You can't, you're going to be charged. It's like $10 shipping for the box. And I was like, my customers only pay like $3 or $4 for shipping in the US. Like, I don't want to do that. And so my employee took them home and said, she said, so after that, I went to Walmart and got just like some bigger bubble mailers that the logbooks will fit in. And I like, is it okay if I just send them out like this for now? And I was like, go for it. Like, good executive decision. Like, I'm proud of you. But like, I feel like I really would prefer them to be in boxes just for like protection reasons. But then I'm like sitting at my computer while I'm on the phone with her trying to look at boxes that aren't like super fucking expensive. And like, it's just, it was just such a like downfall for me because I was so excited about the idea of not having to pay for boxes. It's like we already put enough money into supplies for the business, and like to not have to buy boxes was just like a weight off my shoulders. And now we have to buy boxes. So I was just kind of sad looking at them. I know for a fact I want to get boxes for the candles, but I'm also thinking I wonder if it's cheaper if we like wrap up because they didn't come to me in a box from the manufacturer. They came in bubble wrap. And so I thought, what if we wrap them in bubble wrap and then put them in bubble mailers? Maybe that would be cheaper than the boxes in the long run. So I'm thinking about that. I know for a fact we're going to get boxes for the candles because they're candles. They're really fragile. I want to make sure they're safe. But like the logbooks aren't made of glass, so you can, as long as they don't get bent, like I can put a fragile sticker on the bubble mailer and wrap them in bubble wrap, and they're in a bubble mailer, not like a poly mailer, so there's already bubble wrap in the mailer. So like maybe they'll be okay that way. I don't know. It was just frustrating, a really frustrating way to like start the day, because usually I like to start my mornings kind of slow, and I get up and I have breakfast and I film this first, and then I get into the brouhaha, and we just started off with the brouhaha. So I'm really proud of my employee for her like little executive decisions, but now I'm like having to do research on prices of boxes, and it's just a pain in my butt. So, but you know what? I'm grateful for the pain in my butt, so it's okay. I will survive, So then once I got off the phone with her, I didn't even turn the light on in here. Usually I open this window, I light my candle, like nothing. I had just sat down. There was crap on my desk that I needed to like file away. And I sat here after I got off the phone with her, and I was like, nope, we're starting over. So I went out, I like redid my hair, and then, like, sort of how I would start off the morning, I said hi to Ollie, I let Ash outside, and then I had breakfast like I normally would. Like, I made my cereal and took my pills and then sat down, like, tried to do my normal, like, morning routine. And then came in here, turned on the light, opened the window, lit my candle, filed everything away that needed to be filed away, grabbed my cross stitch to bring in here to show you guys, and now I feel a little more ready. So it's like, it is, I think this is very common with people with ADHD and autism, and like, that like routines are so important to them and to a lot of people, and they're very important to me. I've learned that. So like being out of my routine, even on that sort of that little of a level, was just hard. So I feel a little bit better, except every time I look at the clock and I see 12:50, I go, oh, there's half the day, it's gone. But it'll be okay. So what was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I'm gonna show you guys crafting. So today I'm just gonna be in the office. I'm hoping for our new wax formula to be released next week. If I haven't said it on the vlog before, maybe I haven't, I am keeping my original wax formula, but I'm also releasing a new one, kind of in the same style that Patty Wax did it, with the original and super sticky. I am doing something similar because a lot of people like my original wax formula, but a lot of people have also said it's too soft. So I wanted to make a version that was better and harder and stickier, whatever. I've been working for a long time trying to make sure, ignore the train. I've been working for a long time to make sure that it's really good. I've had a friend of mine testing it for me, so we've gone through a couple of test batches, and I think we finally got it. So I want that to release next week, but I don't know if we'll be ready yet, with how hectic everything is right now with we're releasing a new product every week. So maybe I need to pump the brakes for a week. But I don't know. I'll have to talk to my employee about it, see what she thinks. And then, so I want to make a new label for the new wax today. I'm hoping for it to release next week. I'm calling it Hard and Sticky. And so I'll have the original version, and then I'll have Hard and Sticky. So that's that. And then, so I do have a list of people for anybody who who you are. If you're on a list for me to get you a new wax, I have that list sitting right there. The minute it releases, you'll have waxes coming out to you guys. So, just in case any of them are watching this video. But that's kind of what the plan is to do today. Yeah, my head feels really fucking all over the place today because I'm out of my fucking routine. I hate this. So anyway, but I was very happy that logbook release went so well. I think I told you guys yesterday I've already ordered more. So they'll be coming soon. We'll have them soon. And hopefully we'll actually have boxes or something, or wrapped in bubble mailers and bubble wrap. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So I want to show you guys my cross stitch because I forgot to bring it in here yesterday to show you. Jeez, get over here. Get over here. So here's where I'm at. So I'm pretty sure I've moved the hoop since I showed you last. So I finished everything in this top corner, and then now I'm moving down to this corner. I thought I might work across, but I'm just gonna kind of work in a square. So I have the diamond painting pen, the diamond, another pin, and then I'm halfway done with the tray here, and then it moves to a skein of floss over here, and then the border goes like that. So we're making good progress. I'm over halfway done, so hopefully this will be done pretty soon, and then I need to get a frame for it and do a framing video of it, and then hang it on my wall in my office. That'll be really fun. So I'm excited that that's coming along really well. We did have the first ever person bought that pattern from me. I'm so pumped. I'm so excited about it, that somebody purchased it. It just made my whole fucking day. So thank you so much if you're watching for buying that. If not, I send thank yous into the universe. And I had another idea because from feedback I've been hearing for a while, and for months in general, and also since I released this cross stitch pattern, I've had so many people comment to me and say, watching you cross stitch makes me want to cross stitch, but I have no idea where to start. So here's my idea that I've been working on, is that I want to do a beginner cross stitch kit. I'll design a very basic pattern, and then make a kit involving including the fabric, all of the thread, a needle, a hoop, everything that you would need, and the pattern, of course, all the shenanigans, maybe even a needle minder, maybe, we'll see, and and then making a YouTube video where I take the kit, not this, but I would have the kit put together, and I would show you exactly how to cross stitch from step 1 to step end using that same exact pattern so that you can have your kit sitting in front of you and follow along with, and I'll be showing you using the same exact kit so it's really easy to understand. That way, for anybody who watches my videos and says, I want to cross stitch, but I don't know where to begin, that's where you can begin. Is I'll have a video showing you exactly how and a kit that you can start with. And then I think when I'm done, you know, that part of that video can be, once you're done with this kit, here's how you then go about you buying fabric, buying floss, buying patterns from places that don't already come in a kit. Because some of the most amazing cross-stitch patterns don't come in kits. So you need to be able to know how to order without ordering a kit. Because it's very different from diamond painting, that you don't just say, click purchase and everything that you need shows up. That's not usually how cross-stitch works. So teaching you that as well, I think it could be really fun. I hope that you guys would like that. Let me know down below if that's something you'd be interested in. I've already started designing the pattern. And if you have any ideas for patterns for this idea, let me know, because maybe I can do multiple different patterns if this is something that people really want. I don't know. It was just an idea that I had that I thought I'd throw out to you guys because that's exciting, right? I was so excited when I thought about it that I was like, this is how, it's like, I think my following will really appreciate this. For the people who love diamond painting and want to explore cross stitch but don't know where to start, let me teach you, you know? I just thought that would be fun. So anyway, that's that. Let me know in the comments down below how you feel about that, because I was really excited by the idea. And then once you do my original kit, you can move on to stuff like the pattern, where you go buy your own floss and fabric and stuff and have it not be like extremely overwhelming. I don't know. That was just because I remember it too. I remember when I first started, I started with a kit and it was extremely helpful. But then after that, I was like, where do I buy fabric? Where do I buy floss? How do I know that I'm buying the right thing, that I'm getting everything I need? Oh my God, what do I do? So from somebody who is a newer cross stitcher themselves, I've been stitching for like a year. I can show you, but I remember being overwhelmed as a new stitcher, so I have no problem showing you that. I've gone from a new stitcher to a cross stitch designer, so I can show you. Anyway, let's do the Reddit story for today because I've been talking for 18 minutes. This is another like blind reaction. I'm kind of digging the blind reaction videos just because I don't know what's gonna happen, and so it's like a shock for both of us. So I just scroll through before I make this video. I read the title, and if the title catches me, then I'll read it to you guys. Let me know if you like that style instead of me like picking them out. I already know what happens. We can blind react to them together. So this one is on the subreddit called True Off My Chest. This is not really for opinions, it's just to get something off your chest, but it is, there's usually a lot of crazy stories. And this was posted 7 hours ago, but already has like multiple rewards and a bunch of upvotes and stuff. And the title caught me. This is called, "It's humiliating enough to get cheated on by my wife, but in my own home with the clown we hired for our son's birthday party." That's the title. His wife fucked the kid's clown. Oh God. Like, cheating is not something that's funny, but like, that's kind of funny. You know what I mean? Like, it's not funny, but it's also kind of funny. Yeah, anyway. The post says, "Okay, I realize the initial amusing nature of the idea, and if it had happened to anybody else but me, I'd probably laugh." Okay, so he understands that it's kind of funny. "I had to use a throwaway because this was/is one of the most humiliating experiences of my life. I'd hate for any of my friends or family to know the true reason why my wife and I are splitting up." I get that, but it's not humiliating for you. It's humiliating for her. Like, she should be the one that's embarrassed. My wife insisted on hiring a clown for my son's birthday despite my protest because A, who the fuck hires a clown anymore? B, I have a open parentheses, not aggressive but present, close parentheses, fear of clowns. Of course he's scared of clowns. What sort of cherry could you put on top of this horrific cake other than that he's scared of clowns? Anyway, I gave it to my wife because I love her, the biggest regret of my life. She was pissy at me all day. She disappeared during the party around the same time as the clown was on break. I'll skip the details, but I put the pieces together pretty quickly. I'm currently sleeping in the guest house. I just need to vent. And I think that was originally the end, but then there's an edit. Oh yeah, edit. Since a few of you have been asking for the details, here they are. Good, we get details. Okay, I'll try to keep my cool because the whole thing feels so ridiculous, and like I said initially, it's humiliating. I had noticed they were chatting in the kitchen right after his break. He was making her laugh, which I guess he's paid to do. It didn't seem overly flirtatious, so I went about enjoying the party, only to return to the kitchen and neither of them were there. I wandered around the party looking for my wife, not too concerned with where the clown was at all. I eventually found her leaving the direction of my study, and she literally, this is where it gets ridiculous, had some clown makeup on her lip and cheek. I pointed it out to her. She wiped it off without an explanation. She escorted me away from the study. A few minutes later, I was within eye line of my study, and the clown peeks his head around and waltzes out back to the party. He finishes his shift because he seemed... Oh my god, I'm so sorry, I need water. He finished his shift, but he seemed pretty distracted for the first half, glancing over at my wife, who was clapping with the children. Once the party ended, I noticed something peeking out of the top of her dress. Now, with warranted suspicion, I took it out, and it was the clown's business card tucked into her bra. That's when I confronted her, and she confessed almost immediately. I'd like to say I don't have answers to all the questions about the interaction. I'd like as little details as possible about the act itself from my wife. I also no longer plan to stay in the guest house. Oh, this poor fucking guy. But can you imagine this woman, guy in full clown costume, and she's like, oh boy, I want to hit that. You know, they're like, she has clown makeup on her face. Oh my god, she's got fucking like streaks of white and red and crap all over her face. Oh my god. And then his business card tucked into her bra. Really? And there's almost part of me that goes, I wonder if she like subconsciously wanted to get caught. That it's like, granted, we don't know what their relationship was like. He could be like the worst, narcissistic, abusive asshole in all of the land and we would never know. But it's almost like she was trying to get caught, like right in front of him, and you've got clown makeup on your face and your business and his business card in your bra. Like, woman, you could not have made that more obvious than you did. So I feel really bad for this guy, but I also think from an outside view, it's fucking hilarious. It's just, not in the sense that it's like haha funny, but it's like so ridiculous. The best part is that like this woman saw this fucking clown, literally in a clown costume, and went fucking hit it. Hit me now. Like, come and get it. Like, open for business, let me spread my legs. Like, what? I can't. Like, it would make sense if, like, the kid was really into cops, and so they hired an actor to, like, come dress up as a cop, and it was, like, a really handsome guy dressed up as a cop, and, like, the kids were all excited because they think cops are so cool, but also the mom was like, ooh, I love a man in uniform, and then, like, that would make more sense to me than a clown. Geez. The top comment says, oh, you meant clown, literally. Yeah, exactly. so awful, but it's so, oh my god, it's so funny. Oh, wait, when does he say blowing chunks? Hold on. I don't know where, because I don't remember it saying this, but the next comment says something about when he said she was blowing chunks. I don't remember it saying anywhere about him saying she was blowing chunks, but the comment says, when he said she was blowing chunks, I thought she was throwing up. Turns out the clown's name was Chunks. Listen. I can't. Oh my god. Jesus. I shamelessly audibly laughed when first reading the title because I envisioned the goofiest, brightly colored clown banging a cheating housewife in his goofy big shoes and squirt gun flower erupting at peak orgasm. Oh god. I can't help it. It's so bizarre. The next comment. I had a coworker insist to his wife that they hire an Elsa from Frozen impersonator. He was sleeping with her for 6 months prior, and she was another coworker. Wait. I had a coworker insist to his wife that they hire Elsa. He was sleeping with her for 6 months prior, and she was another coworker. Oh. Sorry, but I have to agree with others that she was sleeping with this clown before the party. And then OP responds and says, oh wow, so this is not a unique experience. Damn. Yeah, it's like, she had to have been screwing him before that party, and that might have been why she was so insistent about it. Because, like, I can't imagine that, like, you hire a random clown and they come to the party and that she's just like, fucking fuck me now. You know? Like, I just can't imagine that. Yeah, I can't. Oh, that's awful. Let's see if there's any more responses from him. It was only 7 hours ago. I doubt there's going to be an update. Yeah, but there are some comments. So this comment says, there are a lot of fake stories posted here. It should incite clarity seeing people think this is fake because you allow yourself to be further demanded by being put in the guest house because you didn't wish to disrupt your children. Don't you think your son is safest with someone of your reasoning than being at home with someone who fucked his party clown during his birthday? And then OP responds and says, I understand. I don't fault people for thinking this is a fake story. I understand now about the guest house, but I genuinely have a kind of an old issue with temper, and I've learned to retreat when I feel the situation could get out of hand. I didn't want to blow my top with the son in the house. That's fair. Not to mention, she may be a lot of things, but our son is safe in her hands. Yeah, like, he's fine in the house. It's fine. One comment says, has this experience changed your fear of clowns? And OP responds and says, it's less of a fear and more of a hatred now. Oh, poor guy. Jesus. Oh, one person says, sleeping in the guest house? Bro, are you by chance wealthy as hell and married a gold digger who doesn't love you? And OP responds and says, I can never truly know if she was only with me for the money. I am willing to doubt it, though. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, he's very active in the comments, but a lot of them are stupid. So that, I just thought that was insane. I read the title and was like, stop it. Anyway, let's move on to the crafting wow of the day, which is this. And I know this doesn't look too insane. I don't remember exactly why I saved it, other than it's sweet. So here's what the topic says, or the caption. It says, I've been with my husband for just shy of 30 years. And boy, has it been a ride. Marriage/relationships in general are hard. This year has been a bumpy ride, and we have had a rough go. After Memorial Day weekend, I came across this pattern that I intend on stitching for my husband for Christmas. So I just started it immediately, finished the sentiment tonight. It really just resonates for us right now. We are good. We will always be good. Some days it just seems like the world is really heavy lately. I needed this little therapy session right now. Stitching is very much therapy, but this is one of those that comes from down deep. Thanks for listening, so to speak. And the pattern is from Silver Creek Samplers. And it's this really cute pattern. So it shows, the picture that I have here shows the pattern and like her progress so far. It says, no relationship is all sunshine, but two people can share one umbrella and walk through the storms together. I just thought it was really sweet, and her story about her husband was really sweet, and like the crafting itself is not insane. Like, this is not like a crazy difficult pattern or anything like that. It's just really, it's a really sweet sentiment. And the fact that she's gonna give it to her husband is really sweet. It's called Through the Storms by Silver Creek Samplers. If you're interested, you can find it somewhere. But I just thought it was really nice, really cute. So 30 years, wow, that's just amazing. Yeah, and a lot of the comments are just like a lot of posts about their marriages as well. Yeah, it says, what a great post. Thank you for sharing. I've been married 21 years and I wouldn't trade him for the world, but the inevitable downs in a relationship can seem like the end of the world in the moment. I think that's completely true, and I think that's what downfalls a lot of relationships, is that I always believe what my mother taught me, which is the 80-20 rule, is that she used to drive me crazy with it as a kid, and now it's like a motto that I live by, is the 80-20 rule for like everything. So in relationships, it's that you're never going to find a 100% perfect partner. You're just not. So what a partner needs to be is 80% wonderful and 20% stuff that makes you roll your eyes. Not deal breakers, not they only hit you 20% of the time, not anything like that, but just stuff that makes you roll your eyes 20% of the time. And so then that's how when problems come up, that's how I like to try to rationalize it. Is this a deal breaker for me, or is this part of the 20% that I just roll my eyes at? And that it's like, when I think that might be the downfall for a lot of couples, is that you get into these moments, and I know that like it happens to me all the time, that Perry and I disagree on something, and in the moment it seems like, oh my God, like the biggest deal in all of the land. And then like the next day it's resolved, whatever. And I'm like, why was I so like strung up about like this problem? Like, it was a very fixable problem. And yet I was like, what are we going to do? How are we ever going to fix this? Like, you know, and it's just doesn't, I think a lot of people like will go, well, fine, maybe we should just take a break, or maybe we should just break up or whatever in that moment. And then that leads to the downfall of the relationship. And that it's like, you just have to remind yourself in that moment that like, you'll feel better in 24 hours, you know, that it's like, unless it's a deal breaker for you, it will seem not so bad when you're not in the fucking thick of the argument. It's a really, really cute sentiment, really cute stitching piece. Just wanted to show you guys that. But I am going to get off now because I have been talking for 34 minutes. So I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today's actually Friday, July 1st. I did not film yesterday. I'll explain why in a minute, but today is July 1st. It is right about noon. I don't know what's going on with me this week. I'm fucking exhausted for some, I don't know. I'm just not even like that I'm so tired. Not like, it's like, I don't feel like I need to go take a nap right now or anything. I'm just like, generally unmotivated. You know, that like, I don't know. I just don't feel like doing anything. And so I'm excited it's Friday. I'm ready for the weekend. I need it. Because I had spent the entire morning trying to drag my butt off the couch to get in here because I need to do some fucking work. I was like, listen, I love being self-employed, but it comes with some fucking motivation that you need. That's for sure. That it's like I can work whenever I want, but that also means I cannot work whenever I want. But if I don't work, then nothing gets done. And if nothing gets done, then I don't make money. So, you know, there's a bit of motivation that comes along with this. And today I have none. So, and yesterday I had none. I had like an hour before I was gonna go meet with my mom for lunch. I slept in late again, only had like an hour until I was gonna go meet mom for lunch. I could have come in here, filmed video, whatever, and I woke up and chose, I don't fucking feel like it. So I didn't, and I went to lunch with my mom, and by the time I got home, it was like 4:30, half an hour until Perry gets home or whatever, and so I just didn't. So that's why I didn't film yesterday, so I wish I had like a better reason, but my reason is just I didn't fucking have any motivation. So sorry. I don't have any motivation today either, but you know what? I drug myself. We're here, we're doing it. Yeah, so I did manage to drag myself to my desk, even though it's noon. But there's a good amount of stuff that I really wanted to get done by the end of this week. And so I'm like, I just need to sit down and get them done today. I really just do. And then you can relax this weekend. So that's what's happening. Tomorrow is Perry and I's month-iversary. So tomorrow is, oh God, what is it? Okay, 2 years and 9 months. So we are 3 months away from our 3-year anniversary. But Perry and I do like to do little celebrations for each month just because like it's a fun little milestone. And I don't know if we'll still be doing like 20 years and 5 months or whatever, but like, you know, for now it's fun. It's a fun little countdown to each like year, each, you know, whatever. And so especially because we're getting really close to the 3-year mark, we are recognizing that tomorrow is our 2-year and 9-month anniversary. So that's very fun. And I think that's kind of it. Yeah, I don't think there's really much for me to like tell you guys. Just got some work stuff to do, and nothing much has really happened around here except that I'm generally unmotivated. So I'm really hoping that next week I get some of my fucking motivation back because boy. But I do have 2 days worth of stitching to show you. So la 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 la, here's where I am. So I literally do not remember where I was the last time I showed you this. I think I was like halfway done with the tray here. So finished the tray, finished this little diamond, finished the border down in the corner, did the bow, the skein of floss, the button, the pin, and then this guy. Did I finish him? Yeah, finished him, and then like half of a button, this like spool of thread, and then this half of the button, and then I did the border all the way across. So now, next time I go to work on this later today, I'm gonna pull it out and move it out this direction, and then we can finish this bottom corner and knead it up. This is like the very start of the scissors in this top corner, and I think that that's where I'm gonna end, that this will be like the last motif that I do. And so I'll be finishing this bottom left corner and then going up to meet at the scissors. I'm almost done. So it'll be fun to have a cross stitch finish because I've been working on Map of Hawk Run Hallow for like months and months and months now. And that is what I'll be going back to when I'm done with this. But I have a great idea for when I'm done with Map of Hawk Run Hallow. I was thinking about like what I wanted to work on next. And I think what I'm gonna do is, because I have ideas between 2 kits and I can't decide which one I want to do. And so I think I'm gonna make, when I'm done with Map of Hawk Run Hallow, which I'm about halfway done with, I'm gonna make a poll on Instagram with those 2 things, and then you guys get to decide what I work on next, which I think is fun, because then I don't have to make the decision and you guys get to choose. So that'll be a good time, but that's still a while from now because I need to actually finish Map of Hawk Run Hallow before I can move on to anything else. And like I said, I have 3 pages left in that pattern. So, but anyway, that's that. I'm very excited to have this done. I'll be taking pictures of it to put on my Etsy listing. I'm gonna get a frame and we'll do a whole framing video with it. It'll be a good time. But that's about it. I'm gonna read you a Reddit story. I need some water first though, because I can already feel it in my soul, and I don't want to be coughing during this whole freaking video. Okay. So this is another blind reading. I think I kind of dig these. The only thing that I was thinking about is that by just picking them off of my, like, I don't know what it's called, just like the Discover page or whatever, you know, when you just log on and scroll through. By just picking from those, I'm only getting ones that are like posted within the last couple of hours. And so there's never like updates for them, anything like that. So what I am gonna do is that when I do have video, like posts like that don't have an update, I think there's a way you can like turn on alerts to get updates, and so that I can be alerted if they're, so I'll like have an alert for every post that we read here on the channel, so that if there's an update, I can read it to you guys. But also, what I did is that I went back into, I like filtered it so that they weren't all like brand new. And I picked an old one that has like a ton of awards, a ton of upvotes, all sorts of nonsense. And hopefully here we're more likely to get like a, what's it called? Update. Jesus fucking Christ, I can't think of the words. So that's the idea, is that maybe then we'll get some more updates, and then I can track updates on past posts, which is a fun time as well. So anyway, this is an Am I the Asshole post. It was posted a year ago. It's one of their like top posts in Am I the Asshole of all time. It has many awards, and it has 81,000 upvotes. So it's a very well-known story, so I read the title and went, bet. This is, am I the asshole for telling my wife to am I the asshole for telling my wife the lock on my daughter's door does not get removed till my brother-in-law and his daughters are out of our house? My brother-in-law, Sammy, lost his home shortly after his divorce 10 months ago. He moved in with us and brought his twin daughters, Olivia and Sloane, 18. with him a couple months ago. His sister, my wife, and I have one daughter, Zoe, 16, and she and her cousins aren't close but get along fine. Olivia and Sloane have no respect for Zoe's privacy. None. They used to walk into her room and take everything they could get their hands on. Phone, accessories, makeup, clothes, school laptop, etc. Zoe complained a lot, and I've already asked the girls to respect Zoe's privacy and stop taking things. My wife and Sammy saw no issue with this. After all, they're girls, and this is typical teenage girl behavior. I completely disagreed. Last straw was when Zoe bought a $60 MAC makeup kit that looks like a paint set that she saved up for over a month. And one of the girls, Sloan, took it without permission and ruined it by mixing shades together while using it. Hell no. Don't know much about makeup, but that's what Zoe said when she found the kit on her bed and was crying. I told my wife and she said she'd ask Sloan to apologize, but I got Zoe a lock after I found she was moving valuable belongings out of the house because of this incident. That's not how you spell that. Anyway, incident, but you know, good for you. Sammy and his daughters saw the lock and weren't happy. The girls were extremely upset. Oh, Jesus. Sammy asked about it and I straight up told him. He said, my daughters aren't thieves. It's normal that girls of the same age group borrow each other's stuff. He said Zoe could easily get another makeup kit for $15 from Walmart and shouldn't even be buying expensive adult makeup in the first place, and suggested my wife take care of this defect in Zoe's personality, trying to appear older than she is. Oh, fight me. He accused me of being overprotective and babying Zoe with this level of enablement. I told him this is between me and my wife, but she shamed me for putting a lock on Zoe's door for her cousins to see and preventing them from spending time with her, saying I was supposed to treat them like daughters, then demanded I remove it. But I said this lock does not get removed until her brother and his daughters are out of our house. She got mad I was implying we kicked them out and said her family'll hate me for this. So I reminded her that I let Sammy and his family move in, which is something her own family refused to do. So she should start with shaming/blaming them for not taking their own son and nieces/granddaughters in. If it wasn't for her family's unwillingness to help, we wouldn't be dealing with this much disturbance at home. Everyone's been giving me and Zoe silent treatment, and my wife is very upset over this. That's the end of the post. Okay, find me my boxing gloves. Find them for me. I'm ready to fucking fight these bitches. You are not the asshole, OP. Sammy, their daughters, his daughters, and your wife are all assholes. Just saying. Yes, it is normal. It is typical teenage girl behavior for them to share things with each other, borrow things from each other, etc. But not without permission. No. And wife, that is something you should be teaching your daughter, that it's not okay for people to take things without permission. And Sammy, that's what you should be teaching your daughters. They're 18. Come on. By that time, an 18-year-old should know that you don't just fucking take things that aren't yours without permission. I am heated. He did this super nice thing to, let them come live with them after he lost his house. Sammy lost his house after the divorce. He let them in, and then, his poor daughter is getting, abused. Not abused, but you know what I mean. That, she's taking things valuable things out of the house because she doesn't want them getting ruined. This is not acceptable at all and by any fucking means. I think the lock on the door is completely adequate at this point. I think he needs to continue fighting for his daughter because his daughter will remember that when she's older. No. Nope. Nope. And the whole, listen, don't even get me started on the whole, she shouldn't even be buying expensive adult makeup and that my wife should take care of this defect in Zoe's personality trying to appear older than she is. Don't even fucking get me started on that. Don't. Okay? Because I can't stand that. No. She is 16. She's allowed to wear makeup. She's allowed to wear whatever she wants. No. I started wearing makeup when I was, 12, 13? That I was allowed to have, mascara and foundation and wear it to school and stuff. By the time I was 16, I had like a whole fucking beauty store of makeup collection. And I was wearing a full-blown, full glam face of makeup to school every day. Like, don't get me started with this. And the amount of comments that I got for enjoying makeup and wearing makeup, I got called a whore multiple times by my own family members. Like, no, you do not get to tell her no. Especially if her parents are okay with this. Because this is fucking this brother-in-law saying this about Zoe. If he and his wife are okay with it, then you need to shut your fucking yap. Shut it. No. This makes me angry. This is not preventing them from spending time with her. That's stupid as hell. No, you do not need to treat them like daughters because they are not your daughters. No. I think he's completely right to say this lock is not moving until they leave. And I don't even think she said that she was mad that she was implying that we kicked them out. I don't think that's implying that you kicked them out. I think that's saying they can stay, but I'm going to be protecting my daughter while they're here. Fuck. So because this was a year ago, all of the comments are locked. I need more water. Holy crap, I did not drink enough before I started this video. And now I'm getting heated. I need water. Since this post was a year ago, the comments are locked. Because there's, 5,300 comments. And the overall vote on this post was not the asshole. Thank you, I agree. Let's read the top comment, shall we? The top comment, which has quite a bunch of rewards, says, not the asshole, don't back down. You're the only one sticking up for Zoe. If her cousins want to use expensive makeup, give them your wives. I guarantee she won't appreciate sharing anymore. They need to start behaving like appreciative guests. That comment got 65,000 upvotes. If they want to use expensive makeup, give them your wives. Don't do that, but that's fucking hilarious. Oh, there's a comment from OP. Let's see what it says. So that comment that I just read to you, underneath that one, it says, I love this idea, not the OP asshole. Not the OP asshole. Not the asshole, OP. You have your daughter's back and totally get her need for privacy and autonomy over her stuff. I'm disgusted that her own mother isn't more supportive. Please lend some mother's makeup to the twins, because obviously it's what girls do, isn't it? They love to borrow and use each other's stuff without asking. Not. And then OP responds to that and says, I probably shouldn't be saying this, but my wife has been acting like a hypocrite lately. Ooh. Especially regarding privacy issues. She considers privacy something very important, but still thought that Zoe did not have the right to get a lock. Even if we leave her cousins out of this matter, my wife is not agreeing to the whole concept of getting a lock for Zoe. I explained to her what's been happening, even told her that Zoe has been moving some of her valuable belongings into a friend's house to keep them safe. Do I blame her? Absolutely not. But my wife still thought Zoe was wrong to do that. Now her cousins are upset, and they and Sammy are using the silent treatment, among other things like eating without us or not sitting with us, as a guilt tactic. Even though it's not affecting me, it's making Zoe feel like she did something wrong by having a lock for her room. Oh, this poor baby. This poor fucking baby, man. I can't. I want to see if there's any other comments from OP. I don't care about the rest of them. I want to hear. Let's go to his account because I want to hear from OP. Let's see if there's an update. There's no update. Damn it. That was his post a year ago. That's the last thing he's posted. That's the only thing he's ever posted. Is that one post a year ago. Oh, and that's it. Those are the only 2 comments. The other comment is just, I'm guessing you're from Canada based on your username, and it says, yes, guess we're from Canada. Because the username is only in Quebec. And then the other one is, so we don't get an update? Bitches! I was wanting an update on what happened to this poor girl. It was a year ago. I can't imagine that we'll get an update at this point. Oh, that sucks. Fuck. All right. Anyway, I guess that's that. I was really hoping that we were going to get an update from that one, but apparently not. So, let's move on from that, I guess. And, we'll do the crafting wow for the day. This is in the Facebook group called Cross Stitch Patterns. And here's the picture. And it says, my 2 years cross stitch finished project. So this is 2 years worth of stitching for her. And she's done, these look like lavender and lace. I think these are lavender and lace patterns. Maybe not the like fifth one, the one that's like sitting by itself, but the ones that are the rest of them, the 4 big ones that are all clumped together. I'm pretty sure those are all lavender and lace, but I could be completely wrong. I love patterns like that. I love the beautiful women. You know, it's the whole Mirabilia, Nora Corbett, fucking Bella Filipina, all of those like fantastic. They're just so amazing. And I could never design something so beautiful. I don't know how you do it. But I wanted to show you this because there's so many beautiful patterns here. And I just think they turn out so gorgeous. And like they're big, like those are big pieces. That's probably like at least a 13 by 19 piece of fabric for each of them. Like, and that's inches, 13 by 19 inches. Like that thing is huge. So impressive for 2 years and also just like fucking beautiful. So I wanted to show you that. And yeah, all the comments are just like, it's absolutely amazing. And some people are talking about lavender and lace in the comments, so I kind of think that that's where those patterns are from. I'm almost positive I've seen at least one of these from lavender and lace. I would love to have a lavender and lace pattern someday. I'll probably buy one someday, but I don't have any yet. I just admire them from afar. So anyway, that's it for this video, I guess, because it's Friday. So, thank you guys for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed, it. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me for this week's video. I don't know, thinking of doing a pre-order for the logbooks. So if you're wanting to get a logbook, check my Etsy shop and see if there's a pre-order. I don't know what I want to do. I get so nervous and so concerned. But anyway, that is it. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you had a great week and you're having a great weekend. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.